Welcome back to What Arty Noobs with General Disturbance. This is the 105 leFH18B2, the French Tier 5 Premium SPG that most people know as a leFhy or a leaf blower, but we know as VP La Pew Pew. This one's located on the southwest spawn of Karelia Encounter under the command of Buggery. I still can't work out how he managed to get that name past the sensors. It should have been stopped straight away, but for some reason it hasn't, and of course he's managed to get his name through. Well, in this game he's on the Karelia map, and of course you may know Karelia is the area that was actually stolen from Finland by the Soviets in the Winter War, the 1939-1940 Winter War. I say stolen, it's not the only area of the world that's actually been taken by the Russians or the Soviets for that matter. There's quite a few. Okay, Saab M43, Swedish Tier 4 tank destroyer. It's a Tier 5 game with Tier 4 tanks in it. First shot misses the target because the Saab moves into cover, but he hasn't moved very far. Rounds out. Oh, that was a direct hit. No explosions, so we know we touched him, so there's a fairly good chance he's still there. So we fire another round in, and RNG says no, and puts the shell far and to the right. Rounds out again. And it looks like that Saab M43's moved. Okay, looking now towards the horseshoe, we see a T6 medium trying to make his way up onto the horseshoe, whereas a KV1, and I think that was a Lux we saw went before. Oh, that's a one-shot wipeout. The T6 medium went down. He wasn't the only tank to get hit by Buggery, though, because I think Buggery actually did very little damage to him. Bugger all, you might say. Oh dear, that's bad. That's going to get this video banned, is it? No. Well, it's within the first few minutes of the game. Don't worry. Okay, KV1. We're firing just at the front quarter of the vehicle, but this Arty can be so accurate, and he's managed to extract 97 hit points with that shot. Next shot goes in, another hit, this time 124, and the KV1 is down. Okay, that Lux we saw earlier is still there, but he's making his way slowly up the hill. Buggery fires in around just ahead of him. Didn't get enough. He didn't get the lead right there, but he'll try again. Rounds out. And that one definitely was right on target because it hit the Lux, but it didn't wipe him out. Okay, fires another one in the same spot. Has a quick look. Nope, nothing there. So, okay, that's the end of that attempt for the moment. AMX-40, French Tier 4 light tank. Not really light, but it's quite heavy. But anyway, first shot, direct hit. Now he's letting it settle, letting it dial in. Rounds out. He keeps an eye on it, but the second shot doesn't do any damage. And the Lux has just gone down. He's out the game. Now we've got a KV1 who's managed to get his way up onto the horseshoe. And Buggery's now focusing on him. First shot goes long. It's a very difficult shot now because he's only showing the top of his turret, but he is very low on hit points. And he's gone out the game, killed by the KV1 on our team. Okay, we've got a Panzer III Ausführung J. First shot, just a little too long to the right, but he's dialing in with the next one. Rounds out. And that is gone, but it's not our kill again. T6 medium gets him. We'll say Buggery's got 2 kills already. Tries for the Saab. Just a little way out. Lining up another shot. That one's going to be long. Okay, the Saab's going to have to come to a halt here because he knows there's a Panzer 38 Nur Arts just the other side. He's down to 3 hit points and the kill shot comes in from the Chi. So we're doing quite well because we're 4 up on the enemy at the moment. Battle's proceeding, but we need to get a little closer to the enemy. And somebody's started capping. Yes, this is an encounter game. So it's actually about that big cap area between the two parties to the north side of the map. In fact, there's 2 enemy tanks gone into the cap. We can see one of them, the T28, and in fact we can see the other one as well. We're just dialing in on T28 first because he's got light armor. Rounds out. That's a direct hit. Switches to the T6 to get the reset on both of them. Fires the round in, and yes, he got a reset there as well. Tracks the guy. With another hit, rounds out, and he gets another hit. The 105mm Arty is very, very effective. In fact, it was the most produced Arty by the Germans during the war. And then he just got another hit on that T6. Third shot, lucky. Yes, he did. He got the kill that time. It's a particularly effective gun. You've seen the same 105mm gun. It's actually been put in Stugs and also into the Hetzer. And it's very effective. Oh! Kill shot on the T28. Now his kill number is 4. So he's only 2 off getting a top gun. If he can get this one, he'd only need 1 more kill. That Chihi's almost out of hit points. He's rushing for the cap as fast as he can. Oh, that was perfect. Yes, he managed to land the shot right alongside the Chihi. But unfortunately, well, he did get the kill. But that means that he's only got to get 1 more kill out of the current enemy team, which is, there's only 2 left. This Marder 38T, or Actant ICT, which of course this means it's a Marder hull, the same as the Hetzer. Okay, rounds out. Long flight time, Michelle. It's almost maximum range. He's moving as he's stopped to actually take a shot. And unfortunately that enemy gets wiped out by our KV-1, which leaves only 1 remaining enemy. It's the M41, and you can see the movement is because we're still on the move, even whilst we're aiming. We're trying to get as close as we can. This is quite dangerous, actually, because sometimes people will do this and they will just ride over a rock by accident and it will flip them over. I've done that a few times. Oh, and before we can get it in range, it goes down to the T1 Heavy, and that is the end of the game. Here's the end of battle results from the first game, and we see a second-class tanker for Buggery in the 105 leFH18B2. He managed to get a fighter badge for getting at least 4 kills. He ended up with 5, just 1 short of getting that top gun, and 1/3 of the enemy team. He also got a BUSA medal for getting at least 5 critical hits. In fact, he got 15 in that one. And he did get the high caliber for dealing the most damage in that game overall. And look at the win 8, 7,360, super unicum, and quite a bit more. Let's have a look at the team score, and we'll see where he was. Well, top of the table when it came to damage with 2,054 hit points. The nearest player to him was actually the T1 Heavy on his own team, the guy who got the last kill in the game. He got 1,791 hit points, and the next one after that was, in fact, the KV-1 on his home team with 1,224. When it came to kills, well, there was only 3 players in it on their team. Only 4 players actually managed to get kills. Buggery managed to get the highest number of kills in the game. He got 5. 4 kills went to the T1 Heavy and the KV-1, and 2 kills to that T6 Medium. Nobody else managed to get any kills at all. So all of the kills were carried by these guys. That's unusual. It's very unusual indeed. If they'd actually all platooned, then they would have got a crucial contribution, or would they? No, I'm just thinking about it. Yes, they would have. They definitely would have got a crucial contribution because they would have had 13 kills between them. Anyway, when it came to base XP, the T1 Heavy seized that one with 1,039. He was the only one to get over 1,000. 906 went to Buggery, and 806 went to the KV-1. He fired 32 rounds in that game, so he still had 18 rounds left at the end of the game. 12 direct hits on the enemy, 3 penetrating shots, and 15 splash damage of 2,054 hit points, all of it done at more than 300 meters. Just have a quick look and see, can we see where the pens were? No, he didn't pen that, but he did pen the T28 for sure. Didn't pen the T6. He didn't pen the Lux. He did pen the A20. And did he pen the Sav? No. How about that T6 Medium? The other T6 Medium, yes, he penned him for 475. Very good. He managed to damage 9 of the enemy, killed 5, and he reset the cap for 57 defense points. He earned 21,266 credits from the game and 10,057 experience points, mainly because he completed a mission. So that's the end of the first game. A very good game by Buggery, but unfortunately, as he says, always the Top Gun bridesmaid, never the bride. He wasn't able to complete the Top Gun before his teammates managed to get that last kill. So he sent us in another replay. Let's have a quick look at that one. This time round, Buggery's in an assault game. He's on the assault team on Steppes. Game on. Well, there's two Arty on either team. Our team's got an M37 and Buggery in his leFH. Beef blower, beefy, whatever you want to call it. The enemy team's got a Gorilla and a T82HMC. And whilst both of those Arties can fire off the entire range of the map, the advantage actually lies with the Buggery's team, because he's of course got the 105mm light field howitzer, which has got a phenomenal fire rate. Okay, BT7. Oh, he backed off quickly, didn't he? I think he thinks there's something really wrong with being in that position. And he's right, because he's out the game with one shot. 392 hit points. That was definitely a penetrating shot. Rounds out the Panzer III Aslains. He takes a hit for 116. He's tracked. He can't move. Next shot comes in. That was the M37. Our next shot kills the Panzer III, and he's out the game. So that's 2 kills already for Buggery. So he's off to a fantastic start. T28. Now, he pulled back before we saw what actually happened with that shot. I normally disapprove of people doing that, but he's actually trying to get more shots on the enemy to ensure that he can get a reward. Okay, rounds out. He hits the P2640. Was it? No, it's a P43. Sorry, my wrong. We've landed in a tier 6 game with tier 4 tanks in it. Okay, we've got little looks there. Okay, we can't get at those guys because they're still behind the rocks. So there's not a lot we can do about them. We can certainly do something about someone like this, the Stugdrei Aslains, who's very badly wounded. Just took a hit. That shot was near, but not close enough. And he's gone. Taken out by the Type T34. And another kill. This time it's one of the enemy Arty, the T82HMC. We're looking at a Basato trying to defend the cap area. And he's having to fall back already because our guys are really, really close. Rounds out. And you see both Arties are playing exceptionally well. They're landing shots very near to the target. Rounds out. And it's a kill. So that's 3 kills now. Buggery's going for it. We found one of the other Arties on the enemy team. It's a Gorilla. He's stopped to turn, but he's not staying still to take a shot. So Buggery fires a round in and no result as far as we can tell. He's quickly looking for a new target. There's still a number of enemy tanks. In fact, a lot of tanks have actually come back to defend the cap area, including this Stugdrei Aslains. Now, look away, and I'm going to run that one back because it was unfair. Okay, now, he was looking in this general direction, but he looks back towards the cap, and this is where I'll take control of the camera. You can see he actually fires the round, looks away, and it landed on the engine deck and blew the Stugdrei Aslains to pieces with 1 round. He just fired a blind shot at the P43. So he's now got 4 kills. So only 2 away from getting his Top Gun like he wants. So the most that I've ever done in a PP is 7. And I didn't get an ace tanker, even though I did 7. It was a tier 4 game, funnily enough. Or a tier 5 game with tier 4 tanks in it. Just didn't get enough XP to get the ace. Oh, and there goes down the enemy T150. Now, back at the cap, we can see that there's a Gorilla hiding at the back. He's taking aim, which means he has to stay still, and that means that Buggery dials in on target. And he gets a 1-shot kill on the Gorilla. That's 5 kills now. Only needs 1 more. There's only 3 enemy left. Okay, T28, thin armor, makes perfect target. He's just been hit. First shell, misses, hits the ground. It looked like it was a heat round, but in fact it probably was an HE. Rounds out again, gets close. He's focusing on this T28. He wants the skill. He needs the skill. He fires another one. Oh my God! Let's have a quick look at that in action replay. Okay, T28 making a run for it. He fires the round in. We'll hold the camera at this point. As you can see, he actually does fire the round in there. And the shell loops over the rock and kills the target, giving him 6 kills. And that's definitely a Top Gun. I mean, he was moving so fast, he almost didn't see that, but he must have felt it. Only 2 left, a heavy tank and a medium, the VK3002M, which of course is the Panther prototype, and a KV-1. Okay, he wants these. It would be nice to get a Radley's. It really would be nice. It's going to be difficult though, because if they hold that position, he's not going to have... Oh, he won't get it now. Yes, as long as they were in the lee of that rock, there was no way of he was going to get a shot in there. And the Type T-34 goes into a very dangerous spot to get the coup de grace. And he gets it. And that's the end of the game. Well, just as in my case as well, Buggery didn't get an ace tanker, even though he got what he wanted. He got a second class out of that game. He got a Bruiser medal for getting at least 5 critical hits. In fact, he got 10 in this game, less than in the previous game. He also got the high caliber for dealing the most damage in the game. And finally, yes, he did get the Top Gun for killing at least 6 enemy tanks. And his win rate was lower in this game than it was in the previous one. Yes, if you remember, in the previous game, he had 7,360. In this one, he got 6,171. But his performance was actually better, and he was moving between the targets and getting clean kills. Unfortunately, he was moving so quickly, he actually didn't give us a chance to see what was going on. But of course, with the action replay, I can actually do that. I can actually show you what he did. And one of those shots, the kill shot on the T28, was incredible, because despite the fact that he one-shotted several other tanks in the game, he looped the shell over the rock into the bushes where he thought the T28 was going to be, and it smacked him right on the head and wiped him out. And that gave him the 6th kill in that game. Let's have a look at the team scores. Well, he definitely got the highest damage, but it wasn't as much as in the previous game. 2,010 hit points went to Buggery. The second highest scorer in this game was actually the KV-1 on the enemy team, 1,820. And that was the last guy on the enemy team to be alive. And the third highest damage was the T-150 on the enemy team with 1,263. When it came to kills, yes, Buggery got that one with 6 kills. 4 kills went to the Type T-34, who got the last kill of the game. 3 kills went to the Hetzer on his own team and the KV-1 on the enemy team. And when it came to base XP, again, he gets tipped at the post by the Skoda T25. He picked up a patrol duty, got 952. He did a fair amount of spotting in that game, 1,719. That beefed up his score, and he got a win rate of 2,626. But, of course, he managed to get slightly more XP than Buggery did. Buggery got 921. And after that, the next highest after that was only 585, and that was to a Matilda of all things, would you believe it? So basically, it was these two guys who were doing most of the work. Let's have a look at detail. 17 shots fired. Oh my gum, he had over 33 rounds left at the end of the game. It just goes to show how quickly he was disposing of the enemy tanks. 8 direct hits on the enemy, 6 penetrating shots, 3 splash, damage of 2,010 hit points, all of it at more than 300 meters, damage 7 of the enemy, kill 6. He earned 73,678 credits from that game, and he also got 3,316 XP what a fantastic game it was. Yes, he said, finally had a decent game with a good team. Well, it actually helped that you were on the team, Buggery, because you were the one who made all the moves and you were pushing the enemy. And even when they came back to try and defend their cap area, you were wiping them out almost as quickly. That shot on the Stug landed right on his engine deck and he didn't stand a chance. It went right through and removed him from the game. You can see here 400 hit points. His entire hit point health went with one round, and that was you. So the same with the gorilla. Although it wasn't all of his hit points, it was a one-shot kill on top of him. 315 hit points went right through him. He was out the game. You did the same with the Panzer III Ausführung J. One shot straight through him, out the game. And of course, you did the same with that T28, 323 hit points. He was out the game. And of course, not forgetting that little BT7, 392 hit points with one shot. Yes, he must have known something was up because he backed up thinking, that's a dangerous spot to be in. Yes, it was, because that's because you were seen. And of course, Buggery was lining up a shot at you at the time. But it was a great game. I think you'll agree. I hope you do. If you do, please give this video a like. Do subscribe to our channel. Leave a little comment down below because it feeds the algorithm. And thank you for watching.